Hello, my name is Robert Melby, and I'll be doing speech number 4, persuasive speech on basically the negative effects of smoking. And my audience members are
Bob Milby,
Kristen Milby,
Teresa Dennis,
Hannah Mears,
Brian Postler,
and Megan Albright.
alright. You guys may have wondered what our future generation may look like because of the effects negatively of smoking. According to a study of teen smokers, young men who smoke may be compromising both their fertility and increasing their risk of fathering a child with genetic abnormalities due to sperm mutations in smokers. Males who smoke have a cough reflex that is slower to react than a non-smoker. A person's reflex to a cough is a defensive action which prevents harmful things from getting into your respiratory tract and helps remove nucleus from the airways. Women who smoke may have a reduced fertility rate. One study of women showed that women who conceived their first cycle compared with 38% of non-smoking women conceived in their first cycle compared with 28% of smokers. Smokers were 3.5 times more likely than non-smokers to have taken more than a year to conceive, since 40% of you are smokers, and 80% of you have a member at home or a friend with a tobacco user. You should be aware of the long-term effects that even secondhand smoking can cause. Today I'll be discussing 3 really important topics in this area. First one will be the harmful effects that cigarettes have. The second will be the public perception of banning cigarettes. And third will be the ways to avoid or stop smoking. First thing will be the different harmful effects of cigarette smoking. In the U.S., smoking is a leading cause for preventable mortality, resulting in approximately 430,000 deaths each year. In cigarette, there are over 4,000 toxic chemicals in cigarettes, and 63 of those 4,000 are known to cause cancer. Some of the 63 are ammonia, which ammonia can be simply found in your everyday glass cleaner. Gasoline has benzene in it, which obviously we use for our cars every day. And then cadmium, which can be found in corroding batteries, which obviously is a common thing in every house. The long-term effects of smoking can lead to death, heart disease, cancer, lung disease, reproductive damage, and birth defects. Smoking kills more people through heart disease and stroke than cancer does, which is a pretty big number. And there's many different types of cancer that can be caused by the effects of smoking, including lung, mouth, throat, and stomach cancer. Women smoking during pregnancy also can have serious birth defects, including miscarriage, low birth weight, premature birth, and SIDS. The second thing I'll be talking about is public perception of banning cigarettes. And basically, clearly, smoking only negatively affects our health, so we must avoid the pressures of smoking by advertisements and the pressures of smoking, and try to make any effort that we can to ban smoking. It's very important. Unfortunately, people used to think tobacco was a medicine and good for them. Now we know today it's anything but true, and actually it's quite the opposite, and it just makes everybody very sick. But it's easy to see why tobacco might have early on gained much popularity. Today things are changing, and studies show that young people are more likely to ban tobacco products than adults, which means we're taking steps in the right direction, so that's good. So basically we can influence change among future generations, and according to the Health and Safety Commission, 2,340 lives 2,340 lives could be saved by banning smoking in the workplace. And a workplace ban could also prevent up to 180 lung cancer deaths per year, with a further 866 expected to avoid disease and strokes, bronchitis, asthma, and other diseases. But also, of course, that's easier said than done. Obviously, it's a very addicting substance, nicotine. It's evident that though that banning cigarettes would save lives, and if you were to stop smoking and avoid the temptation, what would you do in order to make that happen? It's really the question that most people are wondering. Nicotine replacement therapy is one thing that people commonly use. Patches, like goes in your arm, and gum, like nicotine gum and Nicorette and stuff like that. Also, people use other methods such as exercise, changing your normal routine. Not people are used to doing this. You know, they'll eventually just try to be something else, like a lollipop, for example, and they'll be able to do that instead of just putting a cigarette to their mouth all the time. But basically, in conclusion, in summary, a non-smoker should turn down tobacco if ever offered, just to avoid the whole thing in the first place, and persuade others that tobacco can only hurt them in the end, and there's no positive outcome. Avoid ever trying it in the first place is the best way to cure it in the first place. On average, the 5 minutes it takes for you to try your first cigarette can decrease your lifetime by the same amount. That's it. Thank you. Once again, my audience members are
Rob Bilby.
Kristen Milby.
And Teresa.
Teresa Dennis. Anna Mears.
Brian Poston.
And Megan Albright.